Welcome back to Jersey Matters. I'm Larry Menti, and now we speak to the man of the hour. We should say the man of the evening. This is Harry Hurley's 8th annual dinner at Congress Hall. He raises money for charity. Should point out that Harry is a morning talk show host in Atlantic City. Let me correct that. The morning talk show host in Atlantic City. Only Harry Hurley, with his dominance of the market there, can attract so many people to an evening like this. Thank you so much.
Larry, great to be on your show.
Thanks for being here. Before we get into Atlantic City and the troubles it's having, let's talk about this night. Where does the money go?
To the Harry Hurley in the Morning charity. We've been in business for 8 years. We have raised over $600,000, and we have provided grants to more than 100 charities. We're very proud. We have a silent auction here tonight, and Congress Hall is 200 years old this year. To put it in perspective, James Madison was the President of the United States. The 4th President of the United States was in office alive when this hotel opened, meaning only Washington, Adams, and Jefferson preceded him.
You're friends with the governor.
Yes.
You're friends with the mayor.
Yes.
You're friends with most of the main players in this, and they're at odds.
Yes.
And so this might seem like an unfair question, but I want a straight answer. Who's right?
Well, we'll have to wait for the finish.
Well, no. Who's right now?
Okay, well, I mean, and again, when you have friends that are at odds, and I had a caller last night with the mayor in the show that we do every month, say, Harry, you got to choose, you know, your friend the governor, your friend the mayor. I said, well, I don't have to choose. I said, they're not mutually exclusive. This issue, this too will pass. The reality is this: Atlantic City is broke. They have no money. Governor Christie has the checkbook, and he's the governor and the most powerful governor in America. That means he drives the bus. So to me, it's not an issue of who's right or who's wrong. It's how we get to the finish line.
Well, yeah, we can get to the finish line, but you have people calling each other liars. Yes. You have the conflicting stories. Somebody's got to be right in all that. They can't all be right, even right now. Well, and I understand why you may not want to take sides, but you have to look at this a little objectively.
But I have taken sides. For example, I do not support the Atlantic City Police Department being disbanded and turned into the county force. That's one of the plans of the governor, perhaps. He hasn't said it, but that's perhaps the Camden model that a state takeover would look to do. So I don't agree with that. There's a split decision, possibly. I look at it this way. Atlantic City, in the next 30 to 45 days, will have no money. Something has to give here. The governor, and I interview the two of them all the time, the governor will tell you, I can't take over the city of Atlantic City unless I have control of the collective bargaining agreements. The mayor does not want that. The mayor does not want to lose the ability to negotiate with his employees or to have all the employee contracts torn up. That's really the only sticking point. Think about this. A mayor and a town and a council is agreeing, and employees are agreeing, union employees, with handsome collective bargain benefits are agreeing to a takeover. The only difference is they don't want the state to be able to tear up their contracts.
Because they don't want to lose any money. That's what it comes down to, right?
No, it doesn't, because in fairness, they've already given up a tremendous amount of salary.
Any more money, I should say.
Probably not, because they probably feel they've given enough.
What's going to happen?
At the end of the day, if you have no money and the sheriff is knocking on your door and they tell you either get out of your house or we have a plan where a reworking of your situation where you can stay, I think Atlantic City is ultimately going to have to accept a state takeover. Maybe it's a hybrid version of Senator Sweeney's plan and Assembly Speaker Prieto's plan that the governor could ultimately sign without him losing face, because he has said he will not sign anything except for the Sweeney Senate legislation, that it has to be that. I think ultimately, though, to get a deal, it'll happen.
How ugly can this get? I mean, it's already pretty ugly. What if there is no state takeover? Nobody can agree on that, and the city goes bankrupt. What then?
And the governor, I've asked him that direct question, Larry. The governor is willing to let Atlantic City, as he called it, jump off the cliff. He used the example Thelma and Louise, just crash and burn off the cliff, because he is offering a plan that will keep the city operating. But he said he will not write another check unless he has the control. And he said, he said, if you think I want to run Atlantic City, who are you kidding? I don't want to run Atlantic City. He said, I have enough work to do, but if he's going to do it, he wants total control.
So it's his way or the end of the highway?
That's what most people would say, but in fairness to the governor's position, to take over the city and only have the biggest money is in these contracts in public safety, millions of dollars. So the governor does not want to be hamstrung and take over a city that he can't really do everything that he thinks he needs to do. And there are other issues, the MUA and many other issues.
Nobody knows more about Atlantic City than this man. Truth be told, when I want to find out something about Atlantic City, I call him. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Larry.
Harry Hurley, great night, great charity. Thanks for what you do.
Joe Piscopo here tonight.
I know he's been here tonight. We're taping this before the show, but it will have aired. That wraps it up for Jersey Matters. I'm Larry Menti. Stick around for another thing.